a new course by prioritizing prevention, community resilience, and human-centered approaches in Africa's counter-terrorism strategy. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa reports.
The Chad Basin governments invest heavily in various counter-terrorism measures, from deploying military force to enhance intelligence gathering and non-kinetic approach. These efforts have helped in containing threats, but experts stressed force alone cannot achieve sustainable peace.
Robust interagency collaboration.
This gathering marks a significant shift towards prevention, with emphasis on building peace and transforming vulnerable communities into drivers of stability.
Terrorism groups continue to expand their geographical reach beyond their original zones by mounting sporadic cross-border incursion. This transnational nature, which is crucial for the terrorist and violence group operational sustenance, surely command priority attention and synergistic responses of regional organizations.
The workshop provides a rare opportunity for practitioners and decision makers to reflect deeply on our shared challenges, learn from each other's successes and failures, and co-create a practical roadmap for stronger, coordinated preventing violent extremism action in the region.
Human security, dialogue, gender inclusion, and community resilience are key components for addressing the root causes of violent extremism. In Abuja, Ismail Musa, NTA News.
The Kebbi State Police Command has confirmed the abduction of 25 students from Government Girls Comprehensive Secondary School, Maga, in Donko, Wasagu local government area. The incident occurred in the early hours of Monday when armed bandits invaded the school, killing one staff member and injuring another. A statement signed by the Police Public Relations Officer, CSP Nafiu Abubakar Kotarkoshi, the attackers, armed with sophisticated weapons, stormed the school around 4 a.m. and engaged police personnel on duty in a gun duel. Despite the resistance, the bandits reportedly scaled the school's perimeter fence and abducted the students from their hostel. The police spokesperson confirmed that Hassan Makuku lost his life during the attack, while Ali Shehu sustained gunshot injuries to his right hand. Following the incident, the Commissioner of Police, Bello Mohammed Sani, deployed additional police tactical units alongside military personnel and vigilante groups to the area. The combined team is currently combing suspected escape routes and surrounding forests in a coordinated search and rescue operation aimed at recovering the abducted students and arresting the perpetrators. The Commissioner appealed to residents to remain calm and vigilant, assuring them of the command's commitment to protecting lives and property across the state. The Nigerian Army reiterates its commitment to having a highly motivated and professional medical corps that delivers excellent health care services in support of a combat-ready Nigerian Army. The Commander, Nigerian Army Medical Corps, Brigadier General Innocent Umunchola, gave the commitment while touring Nigerian Army Medical Facility in Kaduna to ascertain its level of functionality. Haruna Mohammed will tell us more.
It is the first official visit of the Corps Commander, Nigerian Army Medical Corps, aimed at strengthening medical infrastructure within the Nigerian Army. At the 44 Nigerian Army Reference Hospital, one of the nation's premier military medical center known for its critical role in trauma care, research and advanced medical services, the commander toured through various departments, assessing the state of medical equipment, specialized units including the radiology wing, emergency trauma center, gas house, physical rehabilitation center, and the ongoing project and overall service delivery. He commended the dedication of medical personnel while emphasizing the Army's commitment to modernizing its healthcare system.
We need to align ourselves with a vision to have that excellent healthcare service in support of Nigerian Army. And to do so, we must be professional. We must be disciplined.
The visit by the Corps Commander is expected to accelerate ongoing reforms within the Nigerian Army Medical Corps, ensuring that healthcare delivery remains efficient, resilient, and responsive to the need of troops in active operations, their families, and the general public. In Kaduna, Haruna Mohammed, NTA News.
Nigeria's First Lady, Oluremi Tinubu, celebrates wife of Kwara State Governor, Ambassador Olufolake Abdulrazak, for receiving the 2024-2025 prestigious Zik Prize in Humanitarian Services Leadership. Her congratulatory message describes the honor as a true testament to the versatility of Ambassador Olufolake's efforts in public service and compassion towards uplifting women, children, and vulnerable groups across Kwara State, and for her years of dedication in public service, especially in foreign missions of the nation. The First Lady praised that the recognition strengthens her resolve as she continues her transformative work to uplift humanity. In talking politics, the People's Democratic Party must urgently put aside internal differences to reclaim its role as a formidable opposition in Nigeria. Years of leadership crisis, factionalism, and unresolved grievances, guest on NT's Good Morning Nigeria believe have weakened the party's credibility and electoral strength. Let's hear from Lydia Sampson.
Without unity and decisive leadership, the PDP risks further decline and irrelevance as a viable alternative party. To regain public trust and political relevance, the guests urge the party to enforce discipline, foster internal democracy by presenting a coherent, compelling alternative vision.
Let the two factions bring names and then let them foster genuine reconciliation, because their hope is not in any court.
Court decisions are authorities for what they decide alone. The judicial precedent is founded on what has been decided. There is no precedent by analogy or by assumption.
The way forward, they noted, requires dialogue, reconciliation, and strategic organization to mobilize voters.
Political parties have their constitution, they have their ground norms to run their primaries, and I think those are sufficient enough.
Everybody should come down from their high horses, and everybody should come back and talk to each other and have a genuine reconciliation.
The way out, the guests emphasize, lies in respecting legal processes and rebuilding trust among stakeholders. In Abuja, Lydia Sampson, NTA News.
In other news, the International Center for Migration Policy Development, in collaboration with the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons and the Netherlands, are taking a multi-stakeholder approach to address human trafficking and irregular migration. Amina Baba Suleiman reports.
These are relevant key players and partners in the fight against human trafficking and irregular migration. Among them are representatives from the International Center for Migration Policy Development and the Ministry of Asylum and Migration of the Kingdom of Netherlands. They are in Kefi, Nasarawa State, for capacity building that will modernize NAPTIP's human resources framework in line with changing operational demands to fulfill its core mandate of combating human trafficking, safeguarding victims, and fostering safe, regular migration across Nigeria. Director General Binta Adamu Bello of NAPTIP reiterated the agency's commitment to scaling its activities, which demands a stronger, more unified structure responsive to shifting domestic and global dynamics.
To our consultants and the NAPTIP officials present here, I urge you to approach this exercise with open minds and a deep sense of responsibility. The quality of outcomes from this workshop will shape the future of our human resource.
Today, to underline how much we are focusing on counter-trafficking efforts and supporting NAPTIP.
The workshop wrapped up with an urgent appeal for stakeholders to collaborate in building a safer, more protected society. Amina Baba Suleiman, NTA News.
The Coordinating Minister of Health, Professor Mohammed Ali Pate, says the ministry and partners have sealed a multi-year partnership with the ICPC to keep a close eye on spending in the ongoing upgrade of primary healthcare centers nationwide. Now, under the deal, the ICPC will track and monitor projects identified by the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency in real time before completion certification is issued. Professor Patti also noted that hundreds of performance and financial management officers are already on ground in all local government areas, working alongside the 774 National Health Fellows recently commissioned by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He says the move is part of a renewed push for integrity, transparency and better value for Nigerians.
Nationwide overhaul of health infrastructure across all local government areas of the Federation. In the medical profession, we believe that prevention is better than cure. This axiom equally applies well to our nation's new approach to dealing with corruption and all acts of financial misconduct in the health sector. The primary objective of our new pact with the ICPC is to institute preventative and corrective anti-corruption mechanisms, with a particular emphasis on the close surveillance of all health parastatals as well as funding pathways under the Basic Healthcare Provision Fund, so as to enhance the health and well-being of the Nigerian people. This is our time to begin to reclaim the lost glory of the nation that we love. These new approaches we are putting in place, and to welcome a new era of trust establishment and the great hope of our people to see it renewed.
November 17 marks World Prematurity Day, which is today, a global movement to raise awareness about preterm birth and their impact on families worldwide. Now, globally, around 15 million babies are born prematurely each year, accounting for 1 in 10 births. In Nigeria, preterm birth is said to be a leading cause of infant mortality, often resulting in health complications and long-term developmental challenges. Earlier, we're joined in the studio by the Deputy Director of Nursing at the University of Abuja Teaching Hospital, Mrs. Stella Omokaro. She talked about the significance of the day and highlighted the need for proper antenatal care and an effective method for supporting preterm babies. So let's have that excerpt.
Babies, neonates born before the 37 weeks of gestation. The ideal gestational age is about 40 weeks. For those babies, they came in too soon. For that reason, you find out we have some little challenges. They are not fully equipped for life. They have underdeveloped lungs, underdeveloped brains, underdeveloped immune system, and also thermoregulatory system. For those babies, they have to be managed by skilled workers. For parents who have them, they cannot just sit at home and feel they can manage them, because this particular set of neonates should be brought to the hospital as quickly as possible. It is even advised that such neonates should be managed or given birth to in hospitals that are well equipped, like the tertiary hospitals. And that means if a mother is pregnant, at her antenatal care, we will know if she's a high-risk mother, like for those who have high blood pressure, diabetes, those who have cardiac issues, who have multiple pregnancies. You know, they are likely to have preterm babies. In that case, they'll be well managed, and if need be, they will admit them. Babies will be delivered in well-equipped hospital. In the first minute of life, the necessary actions will be taken.
The theme for this year is Give Preterm Babies a Strong Start for a Brighter Future. They sure deserve that. Also, earlier at the start of the bulletin, we told you that Nigeria is set for more intra-African trade relations with the launch of the Customs Pact. So let's see that report, and State House correspondent Abdurrahman Jibrila will give us all the details.
More than 400 participants from 28 African countries and other stakeholders here attending this customs partnership for African cooperation in trade, capturing a commitment to removing obstacles, strengthening cooperation, and expanding channels for legitimate trade across Africa.
In the first half of 2025, Nigeria's trade with other African countries reached an all-time high of 4.82 trillion, which is an increase of more than 600 billion naira compared with the previous year. This is a clear signal of strengthening regional trade momentum. Within West Africa specifically, Nigeria's export to ECOWAS countries have climbed significantly, reflecting our growing role as a hub for intra-continental trade and value chain.
And it's for this reason that the WCO is here standing with you. To support the future state that very much relies on the ability to manage volumes of trade, access to markets, and predictability for businesses. Things that Customs manages every day at borders in every corner of the globe.
It's clear demonstration of our collective political will and also decisive action that Africa has taken to rid itself of the vestiges of colonialism.
Here, Nigeria and the African continent stakeholders are reaffirming commitments to deepen cooperation that protects the economy, supports traders and economic operators, enhances intra-African trade, and strengthens the foundation of continental growth.
Our vision must translate from conference halls to the daily experiences of traders, manufacturers, logistic operators, and farmers. Nigeria remains firmly committed, structurally and operationally, to building an Africa that trades by design, where integration is practical, measurable, and effective. Our ambition is simple: a continent where borders facilitate opportunities rather than inhibit them.
Nigeria, being the host, has pledged enhanced strategic engagements to continue building bridges that secures a more connected and prosperous African future. From the State House, Rahman Jibrila, NTA News.
Street trading is synonymous with developing cities all over the world, and Lagos is not an exception. Now, to check the ugly incidents that accompany this form of buying and selling, the Lagos state government came out with law prohibiting street trading in the state. Bolaji Akim takes a look at how effective this law is.
Described as a fastest means of buying and selling at a go, street trading is a practice most Lagos residents engage in. However, as a result of various disadvantages associated with this system of trade, ranging from environmental nuisance, traffic gridlock, crime, and other vices, the state government came out with a law prohibiting street trading and hawking in the state, despite being amended on different occasions with punitive measures for both buyers and sellers. Many still engage in this form of buying and selling.
You get to see these trucks that come and then begin to head street traders into it, carries them to maybe a court, they are tried, and they pay fine, and they still come back to continue street trading.
Eliminating the factors working against the structural enforcement of the law will go a long way in finding lasting solutions to the problem.
Children under age hawking when they're supposed to be in school, that is not good at all. I don't know if government can do anything.
The state government has to put them in somewhere so that they can even try to be selling all those things that are even used to selling.
Stakeholders also called for a proper system of planning that will accommodate the street traders as they also contribute to the economic development of the state. In Lagos, Bolaji Akim, NTA News.
So let's join Joel Popoala. He is presently at one of the streets there in Lagos. Joel, from seeing you, I can see you, and where you're standing, I could already see that it's buzzing with business behind you. What is happening to the law? Why are people not adhering to it?
Thank you, Ruth. Precisely on the 29th of September, year 2023, the Lagos State government announced total ban on street trading and hawking in Lagos. The ban also covers trading on the road median, trading on walkways, trading on pedestrian bridges and other unauthorized places. The Lagos State Environmental Sanitation Corps is the agency saddled with the responsibility of implementing this ban on street trading. But despite the consistent enforcement by the Lagos State Environmental Sanitation Corps, also known as Sky. The street traders have remained adamant. Many of them have remained recalcitrant. And despite this enforcement, they go back to the streets to continue with their street trading. This is partly because the law enforcement agencies cannot be everywhere. The law enforcement agency, the law enforcement itself is more effective in places like Victoria, Highland, Ikoyi, Lekki, and other highbrow areas where consistent arrest is being made and the items, the goods, is usually confiscated by the law enforcement agencies. Now, the law covers both the buyers and the sellers, which means once you are apprehended, you risk going to jail for 6 months or paying a fine of 90,000 naira. The Lagos State government is aware of the recalcitrant attitude of these traders and has consistently, beyond the enforcement, also the government is embarking on enlightenment campaign to ensure they understand that the consequences of street trading can be far-reaching, especially in densely populated area. In case of emergency, accident, and all those things, they will likely be the first casualty. And also, it is not good for the safety of the environment, the cleanliness of the environment. Most of the debris, food items, debris, goods, and other things that they display, most of those things will end up on the street, on the road median, and some other unauthorized places. Now, the state government has established several vocational centers to ensure that these street traders who are affected by this ban go to these vocational centers to receive formal training. But of course, these vocational centers can never be enough, considering the magnitude and the population of Lagos, of street traders in Lagos. But enforcement continues, and the beauty, the aesthetics of Lagos has to continue, and the enforcement by the government agencies will continue.
Indeed, Joel, enforcement is key if that law must be adhered to. And well done, and please don't be tempted to buy anything there. Thank you. All right. The federal government, in collaboration with Pan-African Alliance of Small and Medium Industries, have assembled researchers from across Africa with the view to building sustainable and quality-driven cassava industries on the continent. This was at a conference in Abuja where stakeholders believe Africa will not industrialize on the back of commodities alone, but on value addition. Benny Adams reports.
The future of Africa's cassava industry is bright, but it depends on the decisions we make today.
In here are ministers, researchers, and investors from across Africa. The conversation here is beyond cassava as a staple food that continues to sustain millions of families across the continent. The plan is about building local manufacturing capacity, creating jobs, and keeping value within the continent.
Cassava.
They believe for Africa to industrialize, the export of raw materials must be replaced with value addition that is built on local capability, supported by science and guided by inclusive policy.
The time for Africa to transform cassava from subsistence crop into a continental industrial powerhouse is now.
In Nigeria, it's a golden era. We are ready to fund any production activity because that is the surest banker of generating growth and contributing to economic prosperity.
The message here is clear. Harness cassava's potential with a continental roadmap, climate-smart breeding, advanced processing, digital integration, in addition to local content that is people-centered. In Abuja, Benny Adams, NTA News.
All right, at this point, we'll take a break. We'll be back shortly. Do stay tuned. Thank you for staying tuned. We'll now get to our Kaduna Network Center to join Mohammed Umar Ajengi. Hello, Mohammed.
Thank you for joining us from Kaduna. The Arewa Consultative Forum has extended invitations to Afenifere and Ohanize Ndebo to attend its 25th anniversary celebration aimed at opening up dialogue and strengthening national unity. The chairman of the ACF Board of Trustees, Bashir Al-Hatu, made this known when he led members of the forum on a visit to Kaduna State Governor to discuss plans for introducing new strategies that will advance development in the region. The report. Senior members of the Arewa Consultative Forum are here to inform the governor of their grand plan to celebrate the 25th anniversary of the ACF. The delegation explains that the anniversary is more than just a celebration. It is a call to action and an effort to bring together the sons and daughters of northern Nigeria to chart a new path for the region.
After consultation, established the dates of 20, 21, and 22 of this month to host its 25th anniversary celebrations in Kaduna.
For the first time, the ACF plans to invite Afinifere, Ohanize Ndebo, and other key socio-cultural groups for the joint celebration. The goal, they said, is simple yet historic, to create a platform where all regions can discuss their shared future.
We want to begin to start dialoguing with our own brothers and sisters in the South so that we can also gain assistance and new ideas and vice versa. And we are glad to say that they have accepted to come.
And I want to urge you to bring everyone together. It's not about only knowing their experience. It's about how we can be able to put our head together to address some of the problems of northern Nigeria. Is it the issue of poverty, the issue of unemployment, the issue of education, healthcare? These are other areas that are critical. If we sit down in the same room, I have no doubt in my mind, we have what it takes to move northern Nigeria forward.
It is a conversation the forum believes the entire nation must be part of it to bring progress and development in northern Nigeria. In an effort to curb dangers associated with illegal migration, the Nigerian Immigration Service Kaduna State Command has embarked on a sensitization campaign against migrant smuggling. Haruna Muhammad reports.
As the rate of illegal migration continues to rise, with many hiding behind seeking greener pastures, consequences such as organ harvesting, sexual exploitation, ritual activities, kidnapping, and drug trafficking became the order. The Nigerian Immigration Service took the message on anti-smuggling to marketplaces and schools to halt the practice. Awal Mohammed and Goodluck Morcos are students of Government College Kurmi Mashi in Kaduna. They share their lessons from the lecture with the team Say No to Migrant Smuggling.
I understand that they come and let us about that. If you want to take a journey, you make sure you have your complete documents.
When we are going outside, we should make sure that we went to the immigration service or ECWAS for them to give us our own password.
Leader of the campaign team and Deputy Controller of Immigration, Migration Directorate under the Department of Anti-Smuggling of Migrants, Abdul Shira, said the core mandate of the service is to ensure the migrants living in Nigeria do so safely with proper documentation.
I've realized a lot of irregular migration across the border and a lot of complaints. Our people are dying. And we love Nigerians, we love our people. We have to enlighten them about the dangers associated with that aspect so that even if they are traveling, they should travel the way it is supposed to be.
The nationwide anti-smuggling of migrant sensitization campaign is a yearly exercise organized by the Nigerian Immigration Service to create awareness and protect Nigerians from the dangers of irregular migration. Haruna Muhammad, NTA News.
That's our contributions from this end. Ruth, you can take it up from here. Good to see you.
Thank you, Mohammed. The Umar Namadi administration continues its aggressive push for rural transformation in Jigawa State, with major road, power and oil infrastructure projects taking shape here in Taura local government area. Mohammed Musa Askira reports.
Umar Namadi has flagged off the construction of the 26-kilometer Shuazo to Zango-Maji road project awarded at the cost of 4.5 billion naira. The road, which links several hard-to-reach agrarian communities, forms part of the 200 kilometers of feeder roads awarded in 2025 by the Namadi administration at a combined cost of 55 billion naira, with Taura alone accounting for 10.9 billion naira.
This feeder road are being constructed so as to allow access to people at the rural communities
so that they can be able to transport their farm produce to the nearest market.
In a major boost to rural electrification, the governor also inaugurated electricity supply to 104 towns and villages in Taura local government, effectively ending nearly 20 years of blackout in the area. The governor further commissioned a befitting hospital, a mosque and a newly constructed palace for the district heads of Kuala. Governor Umar Namadi, who received a warm reception from large crowds, rounded off his visit with a town hall meeting where he highlighted his administration's development achievements in Taura. Community leaders presented him with a document outlining priority areas for future development, which he assured them will be carefully reviewed and implemented. The visit ended with the governor receiving gifts from youth and elders groups in appreciation of his administration's developmental strides in the area. In Duty, Muhammad Musa Askira, NTA News.
The Mieti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria, MACBAN, has appealed to the United States of America's Congress to consider it as a peace-building group committed to justice, national unity, and expunge it from the H.R. 860 bill. While addressing the media, the MACBAN president, Baba Othman Engel Zarma, said that profiling the organization by the U.S. Congress is contrary to its situation. As a group, he stated, MACBAN facilitated numerous dialogue platforms, strengthened early warning system, supported conflict mediation, and its members are victims of large-scale of banditry, kidnapping, killings, and loss of life, livestock and livelihoods.
MACBAN affirms its dedication to peace, justice, and national unity. We will continue to work with security agencies, development partners, and government to address the root causes of conflicts and ensure that herding and farming communities coexist in safety and mutual respect.
So every November 16, the world marks the International Day for Tolerance. For this year, the message is a reminder for people that tolerance is more than just passively accepting others, but also requires action which calls for building societies based on respect for human rights and the need to be inclusive. Austin Ayembe will tell us more.
The United Nations founded the day in 1996. Tolerance is respect, acceptance, and appreciation of the rich diversity of the world's cultures, forms of expression, and ways of being human. The theme for the International Day of Tolerance 2025 therefore focuses on promoting respect, acceptance, and understanding of diversity to combat intolerance.
Every religion encourages tolerance, encourages faith, or encourages peace, encourages unity. In the home, we go into marriages. We cannot be of the same view with my wife. There are things we don't agree. But when we respect each other despite those disagreements, when we tolerate each other despite those areas we don't agree, then our home will be sweet, our environment, our children will grow in a peaceful environment.
These characteristics involve acknowledging and appreciating the diversity in cultures, religions, and lifestyles, and interacting with others in a patient and understanding manner. In Abuja, Austin Anyebe, NTA News.
All right, let's now join Larry Idowu in our Ibadan Network Center. Larry, good to see you.
Thank you, Ruth, and welcome to Ibadan. Commissioner of Police, Oyo State, Femi Aruna, has assured the Nigerian Television Authority of the collaboration and enhanced partnership of the police in the discharge of their duties. The CP reiterated this when the management of the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA Ibadan Network Center, paid him a courtesy visit at the police headquarters, Elele Ibadan. Ayomiku Ajibola has the details.
Receiving in the audience the management of NTA Ibadan Network Center, led by its zonal director Taiwo Iterogba in his office, the 48th Commissioner of Police in Oyo State, Femi Aruna, described the media, especially NTA, as partner in progress with the police in the fight against crime and criminalities, outlining the need for an enhanced collaboration between the two institutions. The zonal director NTA Bana Network Center Taiwo Iterogba noted that the responsibility of effective policing and maintaining law and order is enhanced when the citizenry are better informed about their roles and rights under the law. The CP noted that the command will always be available when its services are needed in synergy with other sister security agencies to ensure that the security of lives and properties of residents are given priority.
Our platform, the NTA Ibadan, is a platform to give publicity, to project what they do, and to change that orientation of wrong perception as to the real thing the Nigerian police is doing for the people.
The CP has assured that there will be serious improvements in what is on ground, and that the progress will be celebrated.
Both organizations were unanimous that effective dissemination of accurate information underpins their collaboration towards ensuring that Oyo State remains one of the most peaceful states in the country. In Ibadan, Ayomiku Ajibola, NTA News.
And that's the latest report from Ibadan. This hour nationwide continues at Abuja studios after this break. Stay with us.
All right, I'm afraid that's the much we can take on nationwide. We now join our outside broadcast crew, Lokoja to be precise, for the defection of former Governor Idris Wada from PDP to APC. Do enjoy.
Governor of Kogi State, Your Excellency Architect Yomi Awoni, former Deputy Governor of Kogi State, and other former Deputy Governors here. Your Excellency Hajia Halima Ladi Wada, former First Lady of Kogi State, the Speaker of Kogi State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Umar Aliyu Yusuf, FCNA, Principal Officers, and other members of Kogi State House of Assembly here present. The Chairman, the Honorable Minister for Steel Development, Prince Shaibu Abubakar Audu, and other serving and former ministers here. The Chairman of APC Kogi State, Dr. Abdullahi Bello, and members of the State Working Committee of our